Someone once said if you work with your hands and your head, well, you're a craftsman. If you work with your hands, head, and your heart, well, you're an artist. Laura Faber introduces us to one such artist in Franklin, who's a wife, a mom, and the hands, head, and heart behind Good Day Gifts.
When the saws start buzzing and the wood chips and dust start flying, you know a project is underway in Lori Sessler's Franklin studio. Over the past decade, the Sessler family cars have been forced out of the garage to make way for other machines. Drills, a planer, a router, and saws. Lots of them. A scroll saw, miter saw, table saw, jigsaw, circular saw, and an oscillating multi-tool.
I did get this bandsaw one year for Christmas, you know.
Okay, now that is not like a piece of jewelry, but probably made you just as happy, right?
It's one of my favorite tools, yes.
Lori Sessler is the creative artist behind Good Day Gifts, a custom woodworking and interior design company.
So I started making small things 10 years ago, and it's just grown and grown and grown over the years. So it's really been more full-time the past 4 or 5 years. I really didn't have a big plan. Like, if you would have told me 15 years ago that this is what I was going to be doing, I wouldn't have believed you. I mean, I didn't see this kind of coming.
On this day, Sessler is working on a couple of projects. With her bandsaw, she is cutting reclaimed cedar, which came from a fence post.
I'm going to be making a 6-foot Tennessee. It's already partially done, but I'll be cutting some of that out and then piecing that together. I do enjoy working with old wood, but there's lots of challenges in that. There's irregularities, there's warping, there's, you know, it's a little more work than just going to, you know, the hardware store and buying a piece of plywood type things.
A photo of the finished piece proves this is no ordinary piece of plywood. Beautiful. On Lori's table saw, she again is using reclaimed wood to create a modern frame to display stained glass for a client.
She gave me some pieces of stained glass that were in her family, that were significant to her family and really important to her. And she asked, what do you think we could do with this to kind of help incorporate it into my house? It's really important to me and my family, but the style's a little bit different. So how can we kind of bring these worlds together?
Lori's love of old wood can be seen in the stacks of it around her home. Future work to be announced. Her family finds it, and often people donate. The darker wood in this stack is from an old tobacco barn they helped deconstruct in Ashland City.
That wood is amazing. It still has, if you sand it a little bit, it still has the tobacco smell. It's got a darker tannin on it. Things like that tell a story. I think those are really neat pieces.
Sessler's work ranges from wooden signs to furniture. One of my favorites, this cutout skyline piece. One of Lori's favorite things to make is when she can create a Tennessee piece made with Tennessee wood. This is hickory wood, the original red paint from a barn in Center Hill Lake, and it's got a piece of Tennessee oak along the side.
You can take old wood and you can clean it up and give it a new life. And I loved the heart behind that, and I loved that, hey, we don't have to throw all this away. Let's give it a new chance. Turn it into a table, turn it into a sign, turn it into something that can bring purpose to somebody else and bring value.
Sessler's work can be intricate. She painstakingly uses a scroll saw to cut exact letters, which eventually become cheery works of art. But the best part of all, the relationships that develop with her clients, creating beauty that lives in their homes.
It's really such an honor, and I love being a part of that. And one of my favorite things about my job is the interaction with clients and getting into their world, finding out what they need and filling that void. You know, that small part is such a gift to me. to be able to make with my hands, to make something new and make something that fills that space that they, need. So it's been incredible. It's been really quite a ride.